It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay.
You got to say the same thing over. It just didn't click for you, huh, Mr. Perry? These are the Charles Perry Stalker Podcast. This is Cynthia Ortiz. It is May 24, 2023. Mr. Perry has gone at it again. When you do the crime to me, starting with McNamara email in 2015, you get caught. All the crap you hid all your life, it comes out. The more you chase the lie, the more truth we get. The grand jury yesterday. It's pretty big that we got information on the grand jury hearing, Mr. Perry. We heard the whole thing. There's a standing order for those. Because every time you go into court, you lie. They're going to get you on perjury. How many counts will there be of that? When they're done investigating everybody, and they feel like they have an airtight case against everybody, they'll make arrests. What's he going to do to you, and how bad is it going to be, and when's he going to do it? While I'm typing up one thing they did, Mr. Perry's typing in my every day for years. I've said it's cause and effect. When you do the crime to me, and only to me, you get caught. Nobody's in love with you. There's no woman with you. You're by yourself, all wrinkled and shriveled up. Little old fart with his doll. Living the dream, huh? You do the crime to me, you get caught. This morning we heard you talking about my car again. We got to get her car away from her. What if she rents a car? We really needed that Miami plan to work out. We thought for sure she'd go to Miami. Did you? You're not all there. You're not paying attention. There's one goal here. You guys are in jail and you can't hurt anybody ever again. We can get information at the snap of a finger because that's what everybody wants. Everybody's sick of you guys imposing and being a burden and causing problems and intimidating and causing people to be afraid and stressed out and anxious and sick at their stomach. Listen to the words I'm saying. I'm having to repeat myself again and again. You're wasting people's time having to repeat the same thing. We say it, then we show you. We heard you this morning going over in my bills. Mr. Perry, listen to the word. No one gives two fucks what you think. Were you asked? I don't think you were asked. What were you told to do? Comply with the law. You can't control your weirdo problem. You have no power over a very serious, sick, weirdo problem. It's extremely embarrassing. It's extremely embarrassing, Mr. Perry. Why aren't you embarrassed? Everybody else is embarrassed by you. It is a felony, and it's vulgar, and it is obscene to watch a woman in the privacy of her home against her will. It is rape. You do not have my consent to do that. You've been billed $1,000 a day for doing that. You're using my body for your pretend love life because you're by yourself with a doll, wrinkled up, shriveled up, old little fart with a doll. And that's your life every day. You've abandoned your own family to come up to Oklahoma. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. You're not wanted here. Nobody's in love with you. You're all by yourself. It's not consensual. It's rape. $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. When you contact me, Mr. Perry, you little weirdo, we find out more. When you contact, it's cause and effect. It's very easy. Daycare kids can get it. When you contact me, you get caught. When you contact me, we find out more about your crime. And in 10 years, nothing but that has happened. Ask Mr. Bentoncourt. Ask Sanjay. When you cause a loss for me, we get more information. You're not wanted. You are not loved. You're told on. Not for a week, not for a day, not for a month, not for a year, for a decade, every day, all day long. First thing this morning, you're talking about what bills I owe. What contracts are you interfering with? What problems are you causing? What are we going to do if she rents a car? We really got to take that car away from her. What are we going to do if she rents a car? We thought for sure she'd go for the Miami thing. We could talk her into moving to Miami where we can do more to hurt her. You changed it from Texas to Miami. We said, mind your own business. Get the fuck out of my life. Did we not? Have we not said that every fucking day for years? Do you see how he's talking about her clothes? Nobody asked him about the clothes. Mr. Perry, nobody cares what you think. You are not asked. You were told you are to comply with the law. You do it or they do it. That is your only choice. We heard the grand jury. Do you know how big of a deal it is to hear a grand jury hearing where you went in and you're trying to perjure yourself and you're asking other people to do the same? You told my son to lie for you, my child. Would you like us to get your kids to testify to indict you? What happens if we start doing all this stuff to you? Is it going to be cute if someone does what you do to everybody else, if they do it to you, Mr. Perry? You invade my privacy, we invade yours. We have a court order. You have a very embarrassing weirdo problem that you have no power over and no control over. It is pathetic. It's embarrassing. Look at your results. We quote you every day. We just heard you this morning. She's got this bill due. She's got to pay her insurance. She's got to pay her car. We need to get that car from her. What are we going to do if she rents a car? If she doesn't have insurance, she can't rent a car. Let's interfere and impede intentionally and maliciously with that contract. We heard you talking about it. So now we have you on premeditation, malicious intent, and a forethought. We got it. We only need it once, Calvin. We only need it once. How do I know your name? I've never met you that I know of, Calvin. And I hear you're bald and fat. Are you? Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, your witch, Sanjay, your hacker. Who's Mr. Betancourt to you? Huh? Beverly, Lawrence, Andrew, Richard, Dickey, Blankenship, Desiree. These are your people. We got your names. The more horrible the loss you cause to me, intentionally and maliciously, the more we find out about your crime. No other victim knew that they were trafficked beforehand. I did. I do. You sold me to a Houston realtor. You took half up front. You're trying to deliver so you can get the rest of your money. And you're caught. And you act like you don't know. Everybody else knows. Why don't you know? You have Huntington's disease. It causes hallucinations. You see things that are not there. Oh my God. Delusion. You see things that are not there. Oh my God. Diagnosed nutbag. Hallucinations, delusion, psychosis, paranoia, and impaired cognitive reasoning. You're not able to put it together in your head. When you do the crime to me, nothing has happened in 10 years, but you get caught. We find out more. It happens with no other victim, but it happens when you do it to me. Why is that, David? What's wrong with you? Lucius, what's wrong with you? We say it, then we show you. It's the same old, same old, same old, same old. You guys are on a fucking merry-go-round. How do you think everybody else sees that? Oh my God. What a bunch of weak pathetics. When you do the crime to me, it's very, very, very different than when you do it to the other victims, is it not? It's been 10 years every day. We heard you this morning. We really got to take her car away from her. We really need to impede contracts, maliciously and intentionally, to tamper with a witness, and to coerce. Crime after crime. Now we got you. Premeditation. We got you again. It's not the first time you've had that conversation. Is it going to be the last? Did you want to give us more? Who has it? What day will he be finished investigating all of you? What's he going to do to you? And how bad will it be? And when is he going to do it? We said, get the fuck off me. You do it or he'll do it for you. And that is your only choice. You have no other choices. Your only choice is you do it by yourself like a big boy. You take your little dress off. You put your little doll down. You stop acting like a little princess. You're not the victim. And everybody's sick and tired of you whining like you think you are. It's bad. You piss people off when you cause an injury to another person and you do it in committing a crime. But then when you play like you're the victim, that causes an outrage you cannot even imagine. We have zero problem getting intel. I just quoted you again. We get it at the snap of a finger, and nobody will help you. Nobody will help you. For 10 years, Mr. Perry, no one has ever helped you. We had the guy that said, we've got a Texas senator who has a weirdo problem, like Jeff Epstein. And one of his victims is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And he's called law enforcement all over the country trying to find her boss. He wants to go over her head and get her fired. And no one will call him back. You are not worth his time. His time is being spent very well running intel ops, is it not? We just quoted you this morning. We heard your grand jury hearing yesterday. That's a pretty big deal to get a grand jury hearing. We heard false testimony in that grand jury hearing. What are you going to do with that? What's our guy going to do with that? You made my son lie. What if we do that to you? We're not going to make your kids lie, but what if we use your kids' testimony to indict you? You left them. You don't care. You left your family. You don't give two fucks about your family. You're too busy up here fucking with mine. You were told, you don't contact my children. You don't contact my family. You get the fuck out of my life, weirdo. Nobody loves you. You don't have a date. You don't have a real love life. It's not consensual. It's rape. You're forcing yourself on someone that does not like you. And you get caught when you do it to me. You get caught when you do it to me. How many times do we need to repeat ourselves for you? Our guy said, I will not talk to somebody who can't understand a fucking thing you say. I don't have time. I'm busy. He's wasting everybody's time. See, they got to say the same thing for that guy. And it's just not clicking for him. It goes right over his head. I found out you have Huntington's disease. I found out you trafficked me. I have names of your people. Mr. Perry, we found out about your grand jury thing yesterday, and we heard perjured testimony. Everybody's running around. How did he testify? Was it telephonic? Maybe they have a wiretap on his phone. Blah, blah, blah. We heard y'all. We heard you this morning talking about taking my car away again. What are we going to do if she rents a car? We're going to intentionally impede contracts. Our guy's going to get you on that. Witness tampering. The act is deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce. Interference with commerce with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts with intent to coerce. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Just keep doing it. And you get the same results. You guys are on a fucking merry-go-round. Until he comes up, stops it, and jerks you off, and you're gone. And we finally don't have to deal with you and the stress you cause, and the problems you cause, and the sick stomach, and the creepy feeling that you nasty fucks bring with you. You can't just go be normal like everybody else and go work. And nobody's helping you. You're not getting a call back. My guy said, when you give back what you took and you fix what you broke and you get the fuck out of her life, I'll call you. But nobody's going to help you. I'll help you. But there's not a whole lot I can do at this point. Because you have drugged this on and made things worse and worse for her. So there's not a whole lot more I can do at this point. Didn't he? He said that a couple of years ago. And you do one thing after another, after another, after another. Calvin, Lucius, Geppetto, Sonjay, Blankenship, Desiree, Richard, Dickie, James, Ruben, Andrew, Lawrence, Beverly. I don't know you. I've not done a fucking thing to you. You've not lost a damn thing. I don't know who you are. I've never met you face to face that I know of. So when you guys get caught because you do something to me and you cause me a loss and you're not minding your own business and you're causing a problem intentionally and maliciously for me and you get caught, you're not the victim, and everybody's getting pissed off more and more and more by the day. We got your names when you caused the significant, profound loss of my house or my car. Notice that when I'm living in my car is when we got the most names. Who is the Muffin Man? That's a nickname. Who's the Muffin Man? Charles, who's Monique to you, and where is she right now? When you do the crime to me, one thing happens and only one thing. And it's something that doesn't happen with anybody else. You get caught. You've been in Judge Kirkendall's court, and she said leave her alone. It looks like the harassment email of 2017 is what you were doing. You're harassing her. When she talks about it, you're whining and you're lying and you're saying you're being harassed. And you're not being harassed. You're getting caught. And nothing else is happening but that. I need you to leave her alone so I can rule out entrapment and provocation. And you didn't like that. So you pulled it out of her court and you took it to Judge Parker. And she's your bitch. Is she? She's factually ignorant. We know that. Did you pay her? What are you doing? And now there's a grand jury in which we heard a perjured testimony. And we talked about it. There's a standing court order for any and all grand jury hearings you try to convene. Because we're going to get you on perjury. You have lied and lied and lied and lied and lied under oath. And it started in 2016 when you went into Judge Hanson and said, she's retaliating against me for a political vendetta. You don't matter, you dumb little fuck. You never did. I've been in politics all my life. There's plenty of people I can call. If I can quote you, I know people with a hell of a lot of power. I don't need some little podunk nobody who just got elected. Do I? Why would I need you? So there's nothing to retaliate against. There was nothing I asked you to do that you said no to that I would retaliate. What is the issue, dumb fuck? All these years later, you still don't have an issue. There's still no tweets. There's no Facebook. It's not political. You just don't matter. You're one guy in one of the smallest districts in a state where I don't live. You never represented me. John Frullo did. You never represented me. John Frullo did. You never mattered. I didn't do state legislation at all. After the 2011 Facebook messages about you stalking me, that's not what you do to pass a law in Texas, by the way. It is a felony, though. After that, I did child abuse legislation, government reform in New Mexico. You don't legislate in New Mexico. Our shrink is like, Mr. Perry cannot identify his legislative duties or what state he legislates in. It's not New Mexico, and it's not Oklahoma. He's got something wrong with him, like Alzheimer's or something. He wouldn't pass the cognitive reasoning exam that I give my first grade patients. He can't do it. He can't put two and two together. Something's wrong with him. He's got senile dementia or Alzheimer's or something, and you have to repeat yourself every 2 seconds. You can't remember what the hell you just said. Who knows what all he said and who all he said it to, David? Did you ever think of that, Lucius? You guys have had undercovers. You've all talked to him. You just didn't know that's who you were talking to. All of you have. All of you have. You didn't know that. As good as I am at a sting op, where I can ask you questions and I know what I'm doing in that line of questioning, and you won't have a fucking clue until I tell you what I'm doing. You won't know. Ask the TPD officer that pulled me over. When she was asking you questions, did you know what she was doing? It's in the brief right now what I was doing. In the court docket. You won't know. And as good as I am at it, these guys are better. You've talked to them. You've got a nutbag problem. You don't know what the hell you're saying or who you said it to, and you won't remember. Funny as fuck. So easy, it's not even fair. When you do the crime to me, you get caught, and nothing else has happened but that. For 10 years. Imagine the pile of shit they got to bury you in court when you go to your criminal trial. And there is one, or I wouldn't know about a grand jury hearing or Huntington's disease, and that's what comes out later. We find out you have Huntington's disease. Our shrink was not wrong. She said he's severely mentally ill and severely mentally retarded. There's no way he's not got something. He's got something bad. He can't pass the cognitive reasoning test that I give my first grade patients. It's that bad. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. We've said it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and it is just not clicking for you. Easy cause and effect. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. You're not on a date. Nobody's in love with you. You're hated. You make everybody's skin crawl. You make everybody's stomach sick. Everybody's sick and tired of y'all. And the problems that you're causing and the suffering. Everybody's sick and tired of y'all. I can get it at the snap of a finger. Cause and effect. Same and different before and after. We get it before, not after. We get it before, not after. Same thing. Every time you do it to me. Every day. For a decade. It started with the McNamara email. You are horrifying people. You're making everybody upset. You're making people sick and tired of y'all. Everybody fucking hates y'all. Nobody's going to tell you shit. You've called all kinds of law enforcement agencies and asked them if they're helping me, and nobody's calling you back, are they? Nobody's telling you shit, are they? Look at your results, dumb fucks, and look at ours. So our shrink, we finally find out Mr. Perry has Huntington's disease. The impaired cognitive reasoning is the severe mental retardation. Paranoia, delusion, hallucinations, and psychosis is the mental illness. She kept saying he's got both. He's got both, and it's bad. And you can't miss it. You talk to the guy for 2 minutes, you can tell something's wrong. You've gone around and told people you don't have Huntington's disease, you have Tourette's. Anybody that talks to you for more than 2 minutes can tell there's something very wrong with you. You're not all there. Cause and effect, David. What about you? What's your mental illness? What would cause you to do the same thing every day and get the same results? And then go around whining and complaining. How'd she find out? How'd she know about that? When you have a meeting, Calvin and Lucius, and y'all sit down and talk about intentionally and maliciously taking my car and causing me to be unable to pay a bill or abide by a contract, my guys go ape shit on you. And they do it every day, and they have all these years. And I have your names because of it. Is that what you want? Was that your goal? Any other victim can say that. I can say that. Are you not paying attention to what's happening here? Do you not realize how much trouble you're in? And you keep doing it. I can be typing up what they just said. Mr. Perry, when you contact me, when you invade my privacy, we get more. We find out more. It's the cause and effect. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, we find out more. When you contact me, Mr. Perry, when you invade my privacy, when you take anything at all, we find out more. Mr. Perry, listen to the words I'm saying. Understand the words. Get your special ed teacher to help you or your nurse. When you contact me, I hate it. It's gross. It makes me want to vomit. You sicken me. You make me sick. You do not have my consent. When you do that to me, we find out more. And I can be typing it up and he's still in there. Is it your mom? He's typing up questions in my phone while I'm typing. He's still doing the thing that pisses everybody off that gets us more. He's still doing the thing that pisses everybody off that gets us more. He's still doing the thing that pisses us off that gets us more. Day after day, it's the same old, same old, same old. You do everything to provoke and get us more. Is that your goal? It's like this guy.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me
Leave
alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
No one cares what he thinks of her clothes. No one cares what you think. No one's going to help you with who your leaks are or who's helping me. In all these years, no one ever has. I sure as shit am never going to help you. You write this down, you stupid son of a bitch. I will never help you. I will never help you. I will never help you. Repeat, repeat, repeat for you. You're wasting my time. I will never fucking help you. I will never help you. You've blown my life up. You've ruined my life. There is no fucking way I would ever help you. I will never help you. How many times do I have to say the same fucking thing? Stupid, write it down. Stop wasting my time. Damn it. I will never help you. When you contact me to even ask that you would have the nerve to fucking ask me that. It pisses us off and we get more. When you contact me, we find out more. When you contact me, nothing has happened in all these years, but we find out more. When you contact me, we find out more. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, we find out more. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, we find out more. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, we find out more. Nobody gives a fuck what you think. You aren't asked. When you contact me, we find out more. When you contact me, am I saying it enough now for you? Stupid. Will you get it if I repeat myself over and over and over all fucking day again? When you contact me, I hate it. We find out more because I hate it. It pisses everybody off. It's rape. Stop bothering me. Stop fucking bothering me. How many times do I have to say it for you to get it? When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you cause a problem for me, we find out more. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you cause a problem for me, we find out more. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you cause a problem for me, we find out more. We say it, then we show you. We say it, then we show you. We say it, then we show you. Same old, same old. I heard you this morning talking about impeding my contracts intentionally and maliciously to cause me a problem, Calvin. That's your thing, isn't it? You feel tough when you pick on women, Calvin? Because we don't think that's tough. We think that's pathetic. How many men sit around and try to figure out how to make me fail? How many are you? How many men sit on their fat asses all damn day trying to make one woman fail? How many, Charles? Nobody wants you here. You were never invited here. Everybody's sick of you. You left your family. You've abandoned Jacqueline, Jordan, and Matthew to come up here and get caught. And nothing else has come from what you've done for a decade, but you're caught. I don't like you. No one does. We can get information at the snap of a finger, and nobody will help you. I will never help you. I will never, ever help you. You make me sick. You make everybody sick. Normal people are like this.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Alright, so because you didn't leave me alone, we heard your grand jury hearing yesterday. We heard the perjured statement of my child. He goes into court when he's 14. He's still a minor. And says, I'm scared of my mother. But there's nothing, he's not giving something that happened that made him afraid of me. There's nothing specific. It's all vague. But that's what you do. All your victims lose their kids because you rip a woman's life down to nothing so you can go rub one out. That's what our witness tells us. And they're easier to traffic. When you take their driver's license, when you take their car, when you can't make it where they don't have any money, and you ruin family relationships and support systems. Right, Calvin? Right, Lucius? But you get caught when you did it to me. You're caught. Do you not know that, dumb fucks? You are caught. If I'm talking about it, we have it. You're caught. You're done. What day is he going to be done investigating, and you're all in jail, and we all don't have to live like this anymore? All scared and all nervous and all upset all the time. You're causing stress. Nobody likes to feel stress, David. Nobody's doing anything to you, David. You're doing stuff to me, and you're getting caught. I'm sorry you don't like that. We got a tissue for you, David. Lucius, Calvin. Charles is mentally ill, diagnosed. What's your excuse for doing the same thing every day that gets you the same results for a decade? What's your excuse, huh? Who is that stupid? When you do it to me, you get caught. I quote you this morning, talking about my insurance on my car. When can we impede her insurance contract so we can take her car away? So we can make her leave Oklahoma. She keeps catching our crime. What are they going to do to you, Calvin? I have your name when you got me kicked out of my home. I have your name, Calvin. You're bald and fat. I've not met you that I know of. That comes from Intel. The guy that's busy running Intel Ops, that is bringing some success, bringing us what we need, isn't going to put all that down and call some little, guy that with a mental illness that has no fucking idea what he's saying anyway. I gotta repeat myself. I don't have time for that. We're all busy. We're busy doing something that works. It's effective. We're getting intel. We're fixing to put them in jail. We're going to use that to put them in jail. And then they can't hurt people anymore. That's a good use of my time. It's productive. I don't have time for a fucking phone call to a guy who has no fucking idea what I'm saying. Because if he knew what I was saying, he'd leave Cyndi alone. What I said is, in March 2020, Calvin, Lucius, David, is Mr. Bittencourt, Mr. Perry, this is what you're to do. Her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You don't peep, you don't hack. You get the fuck out. You don't contact her again in any way, shape, or form, creepy Chucky. You don't do it. It's nasty, it's gross, it makes my skin crawl, and I hate it. And when you do it, we get more. Is that what your goal is? You're nothing to me. You're a job. I've done my job. You haven't made it very hard. You're not all there. It's embarrassing. You have a very, very embarrassing weirdo problem that you have no power over and you have no control over. It's pathetic. So, he said her privacy is not to be invaded. You don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. You don't mess with her. Leave her alone. And she's not to be broke anymore. You get your hands out of her wallet. Get your fucking hands out of her wallet. She is not to be broke, not even one more day. And you didn't listen. So look how much more we got since you didn't listen. Since March 2020. We got all those names after March 2020. Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, your witch. You guys have, you sex traffickers have witches cast spells on the victims. It's in the fucking training video from my college. Criminal Justice College. Geppetto, you're something. You are something. So who hires Geppetto to cast spells on victims? Huh? And it doesn't work on me, does it? You're getting your ass kicked. I know your name, Geppetto. I've not met you that I know of. It's called witness tampering, Geppetto. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513 is the federal law, but there's state law the same. How many counts are you going to get charged with, Geppetto? Huh? That is, you're just as in deep as the rest of them. You think because yours is different, yours is witchcraft? You know, I always thought that maybe there could be a challenge before the United States Supreme Court against the argument that you're expressing your religion. Because religion is defined as the worship of God. You're not worshiping God, are you? So So did you think that you can get off criminal charges for witness tampering when you cast spells on people because you're expressing your religion or you're practicing your religion? It isn't religion, Geppetto. Your intent is criminal, and you know it's a crime, and you're doing it anyway. And if it's not the worship of God, sir, I don't think it's protected. I'm sorry. It's not protected when you've gone around telling everybody your intent is to commit a crime and to try to coerce someone into doing something they do not want to do. That's what you've told people, is it not? Okay, so that's a crime. Coercion is a crime. Charles, I said no. I will not be trafficked. I will not help you. You can go fuck yourself. I'm sick and tired of this. We're all sick and tired of this. Everybody's had enough of it. And that's why we can get information at the snap of a finger, like Geppetto's name, and Calvin's name, and a Descript, he's bald and fat, and Sanjay, and Beverly, and Betancourt. Right? You're not getting a date. Nobody's going to help you. You're not the victim. You came up here. I moved twice to get away from you. Twice. First, I left Lubbock in November 2013 and went to the Dallas area. And you butt in, and you bothered, and you caused loss, and you caused problems, and I left there. And I came to be with my family. And everybody's pissed off at you. Why isn't she with her family? Why is he with her family? What kind of butt in? Nobody does that. Where's your family? You left them. You abandoned them. Maybe they're not real happy about that. Maybe they're not real happy that you did that. You've bothered my kids. You've bothered my cousins. You've bothered my aunts and uncles. And guess what? We've all had enough of it. Everybody's sick and tired of feeling threatened. Everybody's sick and tired of you bothering them. Everybody's sick and tired of feeling afraid. So we found out about your perjured statement that you told my son to say in a grand jury hearing yesterday. David, leave. You stay away from my family. David, when you do the crime to me, nothing has happened since the day you and I met, but you get caught. David, what is it you're fighting? It's bigger than you. Way the fuck bigger than you. There's a standing order on all grand jury hearings. There has been, because this is not the first one, is it? So how long has there been that? I'm not even supposed to know there was a grand jury hearing, and your little Miami plan, and your little, I'm going to interfere with her insurance contract. We heard you this morning, David. When you do the crime to me, there is nothing else that has happened but you get caught. Do you see this? You take from me, they take from you. You take from me, they take from you. You take from me, they take from you. You take my privacy, they take yours. You take my privacy, they take yours. You do the crime to me, you get caught. You do the crime to me, you get caught. You do the crime to me and my family, you get caught. You take from me, they take from you. You take from me, they take from you. It's the same thing day after day after day, over and over and over, because you're stupid. You're just stupid. There's your merry-go-round. Everybody else is going, oh my God, this gives me a headache in my eye. How stupid these people are. It doesn't get any more fucktard than you. You're not the victim. Everybody hates you. Everybody's sick of you. Why can you not get that? Everybody's sick of you. Everybody's sick of y'all. Everybody's sick of all of you. Everybody's sick of you. I have your names because everybody's sick of y'all. And the problems and the suffering and the threats, everybody's sick of y'all. Everybody's sick and tired of y'all. How many times do I need to repeat myself for you to understand the words I just said, David? Everybody's sick of you, David. Everybody's sick of you, David. Everybody's sick of you, David. Everybody's sick and tired of you, David. Causing stress and threat. Everybody's sick and tired of you, David. When are you going to get it, David? Huh? Ask Mr. Betancourt to help you. Does maybe he have puppets and crayons for you, David? Everybody's sick of you, David. Everybody's sick of you, Lucius. Everybody's sick of you, Calvin. That's why I can get what you just said with the snap of a finger. Everybody's sick of you, David, Lucius, Calvin. Everybody's sick of y'all. Everybody's sick of y'all. How many times I gotta say it for you? Write it down. Y'all have Alzheimer's? We say it, then we show you. 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 Ask Sanjay. Ask Geppetto. How'd I get their names? Everybody's sick of you, Lucius, Calvin, David. Everybody's sick of you, David. Everybody's tired of being threatened, David. Everybody's tired of you, butting into their business, getting up their ass, invading privacy, David. Everybody's sick of your crime, David. Everybody's had enough of it, David. Are you getting it now? Do you need to write it down, David? What about you, Lucius? It's different when you do it to me. There's your names. It's different when you do it to me. You took my home, David, Lucius, so we got your names. You put me out on the street, David, Lucius, Calvin, we got your names. This morning you're talking about interfering with a contract to coerce. Everybody's sick of that, David, Lucius, Calvin, Charles. It's the same thing every day, David. You're not all there either, are you? You wanted to have somebody pull up and try to talk to me or take pictures or what? Like you did in Manford? And we heard you. Can't get her a license plate. Wait, go up and talk to her. We heard you. As soon as we get the grand jury thing, you did that. We got that. This morning you're talking about interfering with my insurance contract. We got to get her car away. And so we got that. Everybody's sick of you, David, Lucius, Calvin, Charles. We do it every day. We quote you every fucking day, all damn day. Charles, you're wasting everybody's time. You have a very embarrassing weirdo problem that you have no control over and no power over. It's pretty powerful to tell here's what you just said. You invade my privacy, they invade yours. They said it in March 2020. He had to repeat himself in July 2022. I assure you, he got names, your people's names, because when you make him repeat himself, he's going to go at you. One time is all I have time to say it. Her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You do not contact her or her family ever again. And she's not to be broke anymore. Whatever it is you broke, whatever it is you took, you better make that right and get the fuck out of her life, or I'm going to do it for you through the normal legal process. And you won't like it if I have to do it for you. If you don't like me quoting you, you won't like it when he does it for you. I assure you of that. The Fabian puzzle that he got to me in jail. Did you like that? Was it up to you? Is it up to you that I found out you wanted to come by where I live? Like you did in Manford? And like this guy just creeping around? Just trolling through every fucking parking lot, no matter where I was, there he was? That's stalking. It's a felony. Coming up to take pictures of me or getting my license plate, stalking is a fucking felony, dumbass. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. We get it before, not after. It's different than it is with your other victims, but it's the same every time you do it. How many times do I have to say the same thing for you? Write it the fuck down. Everybody's sick of you, David, Lucius, Calvin, Charles, causing problems. Everybody's sick of you causing problems. Everyone's sick of you causing me problems. Guys, everybody's sick and tired of you causing me problems. Charles, put your doll down, take your dress off, and stop acting like a princess. Act like a man, go be with your family, and fuck off. You're not loved, you're not wanted, you're told on and told on and told on and told on, and you got nothing else to show for the last 10 years of your life but that. Nothing else. You disgust me. You disgust everybody. All of you do. I can get information at the snap of a finger, and you cannot. You cannot. So, because of that, I wasn't supposed to know about the affidavit. I wasn't supposed to know about the Miami plan. I wasn't supposed to know I was trafficked. I wasn't supposed to have all this, was I? And yet I do. There's your sex trafficking plan. You want my computer. You want my driver's license. You want to traffic me. You want to tear down my life. And we got it. We got you on that. We got your malicious intent. We got your premeditation. We got you on your... Mike Neely was drugged. I said it before anybody else said it. I said it in March 2020. That's when things really got hairy. That's when my guy said, you don't invade her privacy again. She's a witness in a murder trial now. You don't invade her privacy again. I was already the victim of attempted murder, David. You don't think we all have that too? What day is he going to arrest y'all? What day is he going to do something with all this? How bad will it be? And when's he going to do it? When's he going to do it, Charles? Stop acting like a girl. Get off your ass and go be normal. Stop acting like a woman. Go be normal. If you're trans, then fucking trans over. If you got some kind of sexual frustration problem, Mr. Perry, that you need to trans over so that you're not committing a crime, that's not the causation of your criminal activity, then fucking trans over. You can do that now. Caitlyn Jenner did it. Just do it. And leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone, weirdo. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Is it normal to want to peep on a woman in her house? Is it normal to want to hurt people? It's not. You're sick and you're twisted. You're sick and you're twisted. Everybody's sick of you, Charles. Everybody's sick and tired of you. We got all this because everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Got us this, David. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Got us this, Calvin. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Got us this, Calvin. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Got us this. Everybody's sick and tired of you. That is evidence of premeditation in the murder of a police officer. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Got us this. Got to get the information off of her car so we can take it away from her. This was Lucky. He said, I'm not doing that. What I might do is get her a protective order. All of this stuff that we get before. Look at this. This was a quote from somebody else. Point out for me the marks on this officer. That looks like he was even in a fight at all, much less one that killed the other guy from internal decapitation. And so bad, he was hit so hard, it was like he was in a car crash, the ME said. We got that because everybody's sick and tired of you, David, Lucius, Calvin, Charles, and the suffering you cause. It's not normal to want to hurt people all damn day. It's different when you do it to me. But it's, look at that. Not a fucking mark on him. We don't think that's cute. We don't think you're a tough guy. You killed a cop. What do you think that does in other cops' minds? Unless you're at TPD. I don't know what the hell's deal. TPD. We don't know. We don't care. We're getting the job done. We don't need their help. We've never had their help. Look at the McNamara email. That didn't come from TPD. They didn't get me that. Somebody else in law enforcement did. You're horrifying people. I don't know what the hell's wrong with TPD. You gotta be some cold, callous assholes to do that. The reason that Lucky tried to do too much on his own. And that's all I'm going to say. Do you see that right there? You don't need to know where I live. You don't need to know where I live. You don't come where I am. You don't need my license plate, Charles. Mind your own business. Mind your own fucking business, you bitch. You don't come where I am. You stay the fuck away. Look, they got me that in jail. Was that up to you, Lucius? You think you're some tough guy, Lucius, beating down women? Was it up to you when I got that? When I heard you this morning talking about interfering with a contract to coerce me? Calvin? Was it up to you? You pissed off people with a lot of power, and they have the power to get that to me in jail. That's a hell of a lot of power, don't you think, Lucius? This is international, bitch. You don't know what you stepped in, do you? Somebody was yelling at somebody. You guys pissed away millions of dollars because you had 6 years access to her in a strip club where if you had just backed off of her and let her guard come down and let her start trusting someone, maybe she would have slipped up at something and we'd know who these guys are now. Because here's the thing. Every time you try to do something to her, they tell her. They find out and they tell her. And we don't know who it is. Nobody will give us that information. The more you do to me, the more everybody hates you, and the less anybody's inclined to help you with that. Okay, David? What did I say to you, David? I'm not Wyatt Earp. I didn't come here to mop up. You know what I came here to do? Be left alone and hang out with my family. You fucked up my family relationships. You got people pissed in like a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. So when we quote you, you asked for it. They got me this in jail. So somebody was yelling about yesterday, you had 6 years in a strip club, and then she went back, and you had 5 weeks to just get her relaxed and trusting, and maybe she'd slip up about something that would help us know who these guys are. Because we don't know who they are. And every day she's quoting us. And now every time we try to do something, they find out before. And nobody knows what they're going to do with it. How bad will it be and when are they going to do it? Pissed away millions of dollars. Just so you could go piss her off. Yep. That's what Perry is, though. He's obsessed with sitting around pissing everybody off. Nothing else matters. He doesn't care about your millions. Why would he care about your millions? He's a sex sadist. All he cares about is pissing everybody off so he can go rub one out. I'm quoting a witness. Maybe you're all like that. Maybe you don't care about the millions you're pissing away. You're just getting entertained, pissing everybody off. Right, Lucius? Are you like that too? Is this what is this, Oklahoma Mafia? It's the dumbest mafia I've ever met in my life. You had 6 years in a strip club, and then you had another 5 weeks, and you let some stupid little meth head waitress fuck all that up. That's what he said. I'm quoting somebody else. All we needed you to do is leave things alone, don't piss her off, get her relaxed, get her calmed down, and maybe she'll start trusting somebody and let her guard down and slip up a little. And you fucked it up again. Fine by me, right? And so we got all this. I do know I was trafficked, and I know to who. And I said, no, I'm not going to be trafficked. That is sick. That is a sick, fucked up crime. And I will not be trafficked. And I've said it day after day, and it's like you don't understand words. I said, no. You're caught. Do you not know you're caught? It says right here you are. You get caught when you do the crime to me. And only when you do the crime to me. And nothing else has happened in a decade, but you get caught when you do the crime to me. What does that mean? You don't even know. You have no fucking idea. All of these right here are subject lines to some email I quoted you. It comes from a police recording. That's the police. They wanted you to get me relaxed and calm down, and maybe I'd slip up and say who it was. And instead you pissed away millions just pissing me off. So now I'm all clammed up and I don't trust anybody. And then the guy goes, what's worse is now you used her family. If you can't trust your family, you don't trust shit. It'll be a good long time before she trusts anybody at all. She is not going to slip up. So we have these guys keeping you from doing whatever it is you think you want to do. They're not going to let it happen. They're going at you. And what day are they going to arrest y'all? And we don't have to deal with this anymore. No more problems, no more drama, no more stress, no more anxiety, no more guilt. No more threats, no more harassment, no more invasion of privacy, no more a bunch of little old farts butting into stuff that's none of their business and not their concern. No more perjury, no more murder. Right? It's different when you do it to me. But it's the same every time you do it. Not for a week, not for a month, not for a year, for a decade. All of this. Richard, we call him Ringtone Richard, because everybody, we heard you all call up here. Get a ringtone, Richard. Get a ringtone, Richard. So many times, the same conversation, that now we call him Ringtone Richard. It is pathetic. You're pathetic. Everybody's sick of you, David, Lucius, Calvin. Everybody is sick and tired of you. Everybody is sick and tired of you. I can get information and you can't, because everybody is sick and tired of y'all. Everybody is sick and tired of y'all. Everybody is sick and tired of y'all. So we got all that. And then we got your names. Ask Mr. Bittencourt. Ask Mr. Bittencourt. Ask him to explain it to you. Will you even understand him? You need your special ed teacher with the puppets and the crayons and shit. That's why my guy will not call you back. He does not have time for that. He does not have time. He's busy running intel ops getting this. All the shit you just said. So he does not have time to talk to a stupid little fuck who can't understand what people say. He's not a nurse, and he's not a special ed teacher any more than I am. We do not have time for that. You have wasted my time again today. Now everybody's going to be mad about that. When you take from me, when you invade my privacy, when you contact me at all, Mr. Creepy fucking Chucky, you make my skin crawl. I hate it. You are gross. You disgust me. And so we get more of this kind of stuff right here. When you contact me, we get more. You contact me, we find out more. David, when you cause somebody to feel stressed and anxious and upset, we find out more. Calvin, you and Lucius, when you guys go around threatening everybody and you start sitting around trying to plan a loss or interfere with a contract, we find out more. What he said is, in March 2020 and again in July 2022, we got those names because you didn't understand words, he said. You invade her privacy. I'm going to invade yours. I got a court order. Or an informant. You don't. You have a weirdo problem that you have no power over and no control over. And it's making everybody else sick. It's disgusting. It's vulgar. It's obscene. It's illegal for a reason. It's offensive and inappropriate. You don't have my consent. $1,000 a day, Charles, for using my body for your entertainment and for your pretend love life, because you don't have a real one. There's no consent. You're sitting there by yourself, all wrinkled up and old with your doll, all by yourself alone. Doesn't get any more pathetic than you. Are you a trans? If you're trans over. And stop using that as an excuse to commit crime. So, her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You do not contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. And you better fix what you broke on that. You don't have a choice. You do it or he'll do it for you. And you won't like it if he does it for you. She's not to be broke anymore. $1,000 a day for using my body for your entertainment. $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. And you stop right now today. Cease and desist. You don't have a choice. The choice is David, Lucius, Calvin, Charles. The guy that told me what you just said and about your grand jury hearing yesterday and all this here and your names and the Huntington's disease and the affidavit that I wasn't supposed to know about and that I was trafficked. The guy that gave me that information said, you do it or I'll do it for you. And if I have to do it for you, you're not going to like it any more than you like us getting that. Okay? You can live with your choices, right? Can't you, princess? Why don't you act like a man? Nobody's doing anything to you at all. You have come to another state where you don't live and you were never invited. And you have done nothing but ruin and blow people's lives up. And you are very hated for that. And everybody's sick of you. Write it the fuck down. Everybody is sick and tired of you. Everybody is sick and tired of you. Everybody is sick and tired of y'all. All of you. Everybody is fucking sick and tired of you. Everybody is very, very, very sick and tired of you. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody is sick and tired of you. Everybody has had enough of this. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody is tired of y'all. Calvin, Lucius, Geppetto, David, Charles. Everybody's sick and tired of you. Everybody is sick and tired of you. So when we quote you, that's why. Stupid. Leave everybody alone. Go be normal.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.